Judge, today's case is Truth Hurts.
He says he wants her to be his baby mama. She says she wants to be his wife. I say, well, if you've watched this show, you know how this is about to go.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Dominique Henderson and Cody Campbell. The two of you have been together for 2 years, living together for a year and a half. You do not have any children, either with each other or others. You, however, are going to call it a day. Mrs. Henderson, you want $1,000 in transitional support, and we're going to talk about that momentarily. But before we do, I'm going to start with you, Ms. Henderson. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why we're here today?
We're here today because Cody sees me as a baby mama instead of a wife, and I want more. One day we had a free day. We were off. We went to the food court and we ate lunch. And we were eating lunch, and right after, it's a jewelry store right next door to the food court. So I said, let's go in. Let's go see these rings. They look nice. The owner welcomed us in, saying, come in, come in. I seen 2 beautiful rings that I wanted. One was higher than the other one. He said that he didn't have the money. So the owner said, well, we have a 90-day same as cash plan. You can put a deposit down. She still takes it home. She still will be happy. He said no and walked out. It left me there with the owner, me and the owner looking back and forth at each other. He said, well, do you still want the ring? I was like, well, that's the answer right there. He just walked off.
Mr. Campbell, do you recall that?
I do, but it's a lot of things I do feel that have to be done before she becomes a wife.
Tell me what they are.
For first off, I work on the road. I come home, like, for instance, one time I came home. When I walk in, she's watching TV, she's on the phone. The house is halfway clean, that type of thing. No food. I look inside the refrigerator. It ain't like no leftovers or anything like that. Like,
so you've been working all this time. She been home. You come home, ain't nothing ready for you.
Ain't nothing ready. That's what I want. I want home cooked meal. I'm tired of going out to eat all the time. I'm going to fast food restaurants. Something like when I walk in, they let me know like, oh, you miss me. No, I ain't been there like 3 weeks. You should have something in mind.
Something for me.
Yeah.
Ms. Henderson, did you hear what he just said?
I heard exactly what he said.
And what's your response?
My response is we did try that. One day he came home, I had his favorite. I had wings, the fries, all his different sauces that he can dip his wings in. I had everything prepared for him. What he did, he left the house with money.
Wings and dipping sauce.
That's his favorite. That's what he wanted.
That's what we eat when we go out and that such. But, you know, a home-cooked meal is different than wings. And
is she working outside the home?
Yeah, she works on a hospital company.
So does she contribute financially to the economic welfare of the home?
Yes. It's not a problem with financial things. It's just still at the same point. If you want to be married, you got to do things that a wife would do. A wife would cook their man food. What do you do that a husband would do? I do everything, I provide, I do provide. I do.
But she got a job. She can provide for herself.
Yes, but I do the extra things, just like her hair is done. I always pay for her hair. I do.
You always pay for her hair?
Yes, I do have pictures where I do always get her hair done.
Are you
and I get her nails done also.
Now, are you a woman that spends a great deal of time and attention on her hairdo?
No, I work. I have 2 jobs, so I'm at work most of the time. My hair is always in a ponytail. I do nursing, so I don't really care about my hair at the moment until like the weekends.
He says he spends a lot of money on your hair. Is that true?
Yeah, so it can last for a long time.
So he does. He does pay for your hair. That's such a weird thing to me. I just guys should pay for your hair and nails. I never got it's new. I don't know. I just think it's weird. Let me ask you this. You would like, even though you're not looking to get married right now, you would like to have her to have your kids. Is that true?
Yes, I want kids.
Explain that reasoning to me. You're not ready to sign on for a lifetime with her, but you're ready to sign on for her to have a lifetime worth of connection through your children. Talk to me about that.
I'm 26. I've been wanting kids. I love kids. I was type my family. I stayed with a lot of family members and seen a lot. So for me to have kids of my own and raise my own family is huge for me. And me getting up in age, I just always wanted kids.
Getting up in age? You're 26.
Yes, I am. I do believe, though, I want kids where I want to do the things that them teaching football, teaching basketball, baseball, that things. And I want to be able to be active with them before I be able to, like, before I'm too old. And I
If you think that's what having kids is about, you are not ready.
No, it's not just that. I know kids will humble me down and have me to pay more attention to those type of things and what a kid needs. And I just want to take that next step.
You sound like you want to have sons.
I do.
Yeah, what if you have nothing but daughters?
Play sports also.
What if your kids aren't into sports?
If they're not,
They're not designer creatures, you know what I mean? You get what you get. You could get a guy who's he likes clothes and sewing and don't want to see no football, baseball, basketball, none of that. And you gotta love him the same way you would a kid that's a jock. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Do you understand that though?
I do. I do believe, though, in the same nature that how you raise your kids up is in the fashion of what they would be also.
Untrue. Just untrue. You know what I mean? They come the way they are. You know what I mean? And some people like this, some people like that, some people like the other thing. You've been reading too many fairy tales.
While we was driving, her phone kept blowing up, Same thing she said now, she said it was her homegirl. The same number called back and the dude yelling at me saying, why you ain't answer your phone not knowing that it's me that answered the phone?
Now, Ms. Henderson, that sounds awfully suspect. You say you don't trust him. Why don't you trust him?
One day, we just got off of work, and he just wanted something quick. I wanted something quick. So we was in the drive-thru, and we were talking, going over our orders. He did my order. When it came to his order had to be all special because I guess he was the man that was talking. So he would want to know what was all in the chalupa box, but he ordered it like 1,000,000 times. So she's going over it. She was like, is there anything else? Is there anything? He was like, well, tell me again. Like he wanted her to talk again and again. So we got to the window. I guess maybe she thought he was in the car by himself. So she's out the window like this, like trying to get like all in the car looking at him. She seen me and she was like, oh, okay. So she like backed up. But he's still there smiling at her. They smiling at each other. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm right here.
Mr. Campbell, what happened at Taco Bell?
I can agree and disagree with some of the things she's saying. If I'm the one driving, it's gonna always be an issue if she hear a female voice. Anytime. And as we pulled up to the window or whatnot, the other female asked me, like, to make sure, like, is that the things that I want inside the box? Because she have an issue if I'm smiling or she thinks that a person wants me. And that doesn't necessarily mean that, like, I want them or, like, I'm doing anything extra. Especially if I know she in the car with me. Why would I do that?
Why would you start all that nonsense? Let me ask you this. You said you don't trust her either.
No, I don't.
Why not?
I had caught, like, I done caught plenty of times of, like, her texting another dude. I remember one time we tried to watch a movie. I'm thinking she about to try to watch a movie with me.
Right.
But, like, she kind of edgy. She in the kitchen, like, smiling and stuff. And I'm just looking at her smiling. She ain't really saying nothing. She just smiling, but I know she on the phone. I don't know if she know I'm paying attention or not. Leave the phone inside the kitchen, come back inside, watch a movie. About 15, 20 minutes pass by. I act like I'm picking up like a little bag of chips off the side to throw away.
You grabbed
I grabbed
phone?
the phone. Yeah, I grabbed the phone. As soon as I grabbed the phone, I hear it getting up. So I rushed to the bathroom, locked the door. She banging on the door, trying to get in and everything. I unlocked the phone. A dude, I know it was a dude, because it was a Miami number, but saying like, please send me more pictures. I love you. Yeah.
Ms. Henderson, what's happening with Miami?
Well, first off, a week before, he had just cheated on me. So what I did was I had my best friend make up a number, which was a Miami number. I had her send false pictures and text messages to me, blowing me up, trying to get him mad. I left the phone there because I wanted him to see that.
Right.
If I didn't want him to see that, I would have brought the phone in the bathroom with me while I was using the restroom.
Did you cheat on her the week before or something?
It was longer than a week, but
You want to be honest today?
it wasn't that simple. It's been plenty of times that it been back and forth.
Right.
While we was driving, her phone kept blowing up. Same thing she said now, she said it was her homegirl. As I get out the car, she's like, oh, what you doing? she had left the phone in the car, so I get back in the car and lock the doors and stuff. The same number called back, and the dude yelling at me saying, why you ain't answer your phone, not knowing that it's me that answer the phone? Yeah, so then, like, I hang up, and then I unlock the door. She's like, nah, that's my own girl. That's her boyfriend. She playing with you, this, that, another. But a text message called me and say, call me when you by yourself, when you're alone.
Now, Ms. Henderson, that sounds awfully suspect. How would it be that her boyfriend would happen to be on the phone the moment that he picked it up?
Because they were playing with him, they wanted to mess with him because we had just left the courthouse. And instead of him, I'm talking to him, he's walking that way, I'm walking this way. I'm talking to him like, I don't hear his voice anymore. It's the girl walking, and he following her butt. And I turn all the way around, I'm like, he like, oh, like my mind was somewhere else. No, your mind was on her butt.
Sometimes women have the most amazing ability. A guy can tell you, you don't want you in 97 different ways. Maybe someday, could have, think, maybe we get married. And then you go tell your friends, man, he's looking to marry me. If you would like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV. You say you gave her a promise ring. Yeah. She acts like it's a wedding ring, and she's manipulative. Tell me about that.
Oh, man, first with the promise ring. She keep telling, like, her family, like, we're about to get married. And I felt like I almost had to do something of that nature because, like, we be going to see our family members and stuff like that, and you constantly tell them on the phone, when I see, oh, you look at, you gonna see that rock on my finger, oh, you gonna see this. They gonna be expecting me, like, to have something or her to have something, like, on her finger, like, to show. And not, I'm gonna get all type of side conversations and I'm gonna feel weird, like not even want to go to a certain type of family events. And so, like, that just put me all out of, like, whack.
Right.
I feel like she manipulated me. So I did give her a ring, but I told her,
just to shut her up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes women have the most amazing ability. A guy can tell you, you don't want you in 97 different ways. But one day, he said something that might lead to think someone maybe someday could have, think maybe we get married. And then you go tell your friends, man, he's looking to marry me.
Amen. Amen.
We search, we looking for anything that might look like it may lead to a ring. Do you think you might be doing that?
No, because his dad calls me, his brother talks to me, and they always saying, oh, Cody is talking about marrying you. Oh, Cody keep asking us marriage questions. Why would you be asking them marriage questions about me, saying you want to marry me, but that's not what you want to do?
You talking to your family about marrying her?
Yes, but that's not the full story of me talking.
Well, you tell me what the full story is.
Like I said again, she always bringing it up, and I done heard her on the phone plenty of time with her family. So I be getting frustrated, and I be need somebody to talk to, too. I can't talk to her about it, because that's what she want. And I'm like, of course, I would love to marry her and stuff like that, but I would love to take the right steps or feel the right way before I make that absolute
Now, let me
step.
help you out here, brother.
Yes.
Out of that entire statement that you just made, all she heard was, of course, I'd like to marry her one day. That's all she heard. So you got to be careful. Out of all the negative, that's all she heard.
Ooh.
And you keep dangling that out there. That's all she's gonna want to talk about.
See,
I ain't saying you right, I ain't saying you wrong. I'm just saying what's happening.
Yes.
You understand? You hear what I'm trying to say here?
Yes.
Now, you're claiming, Ms. Henderson, that you've had enough of this. You want $1,000 in transitional support. Tell me about that.
Yes, I want $1,000 if he can't get it right. I'm wasting my time. I moved closer to be with him. That was half of the money that I paid to get to him for us to start our little new life together, and just let me go if that's not what you want to do.
Mr. Campbell, your response to that, do you think that you ought to reimburse her for the money that she spent getting next to you and close to you, trying to make this thing work?
No, because I believe it's a half and half. It's always a two-way street. Why can't we just say, okay, we together, we loving each other,
and why can't we just have some kids, but I just don't want to marry you? let me tell you. Let me tell you first of all, you're not getting $1,000 because that $1,000 is not something he owes you. It was an investment you made in a maybe. You invested in the fact that he may marry you if you move in and get all of that right. That's number one. Number two, you are engaged in what I call an installation violation. What happens is a woman goes into a guy's house and she tries to play wife, hoping she'll become a wife. And what happens is you spend so much time in that house and you get installed as a sex-having, money-bringing-in, baby-having person. So he has no reason to do anything he doesn't want to do because he's getting everything he already wants. You've been installed. You look up 5 years later, you got 2 kids, you've been there forever. I've invested so much time with him, I can't leave now. And he's like, uh-huh. If you were my daughter, backing up that U-Haul to the crib, and getting you out of there. Your life is about what you want. Don't wait. Don't, try to do all those wifely things. He needs to come and get you if he wants you. I'm so proud of the fact that you telling this man that you ain't having his babies. I don't know what to do. Stay on that, on it like Donkey Kong. Don't ever get in that starting to have, get comfortable, have a baby, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Because it's not in your best interest. It's in your best interest to live a large life. Don't leave out of here, start talking about marriage and this and that and dangling so she won't listen to what I say. Don't mislead her. If you're not looking to marry her, let her do what she needs to do. That's number one. Number two, having children is nothing like what you think it is. Nothing. They are expensive. They are messy. They are people. They got personalities. You raise them up. You want them to do A, B, and C. They come and do X, Y, Z, N, R, F, L. Oh, my God, it's a ride. It's not tossing the ball. None of that. You see the fun stuff. Love my children. Right. I do. But they a lot of work, a lot of money, and they need to be brought into a stable 2-parent home and not into a maybe house.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm telling you? If she's the right woman to be the mother of your children, she should be the right woman for you. If she's not the right woman for you, don't have kids with her because you're going to be together anyway. Do you understand what I'm saying? But she'll be the baby mama while you on to the next chick. And that's the last thing you want to be. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so.
All right, Judge Lynn said if you were her daughter, she would tell you to back that U-Haul up. What's next for you? Will you stay or will you go?
If he doesn't commit to a stronger promise of marriage or kids before babies, I don't want that right now. So if we can work things out and compromise, then I can stay.
Your mentality about having children, I mean, Judge Lynn, she tried to, wake you up a little bit. We take a step back and kind of become a little bit more patient in that department?
I mean, I have slowed down. I will slow down a little bit more just to see how things work out, to see if, that's the person for me to be with before I take that next step.